What's up, guys? Just wanted to share something that I listened to today. So today I was doing dishes and I was listening to a YouTube video, and it was a podcast done by a lady that I believe she had a podcast named Millennial Investing, and she had Oswath Damodaran on there. And the part that I'm reflecting on was where they were talking about investment philosophy. So they're discussing how a lot of us learn to invest by really focusing in on what super investors have done. Maybe you focus on how Warren Buffett invests and you want to emulate him. Or you focus on how Benjamin Graham invests in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and you want to emulate how they invested. Now, what they talked about is how luck is a big part of investing, as some things that can be greatly rewarding are not exactly planned, and you just manage your bets based on probabilities and how likely you believe things are to unfold. Another thing I talked about was when learning to invest, it's important to develop your own investment philosophy. So he talked about how if, say, today you planned to invest like Benjamin Graham, buy a bunch of nets, a bunch of really cheap companies that are trading for less than cash on hand and less than asset values in general. He said that just these are so much different times, and the amount of effort that used to be put into that before computers and before calculators even was immense. So that gave Benjamin Graham a huge edge, as he had to collect all these annual reports that were hard to get and then run all these calculations without calculators. So he was someone who was doing these calculations, finding these companies, and no one else was doing this. So he had a huge edge there. Now today we can just hop on a website and punch in a couple numbers and poof, we have a bunch of companies that fit these criteria. So Oswath was talking about how different times and different investment styles are in general just different in different times. So he also talked about how Warren Buffett in the 60s and 70s, he had the largest returns then. He was managing small amounts of money, and say, for example, if you were to just copy what he does today, you're not going to get the same returns as he did back then, because again, different times, different circumstances. So I found it interesting how he was talking about just the importance of building your own investment philosophy, so then you can adapt to different times and adjust your investment style in line with how you think about investing. Someone that I personally really like following for investing is Mohnish Pabrai. He is managing, I want to say somewhere between 6 and 800 million, and he really likes to invest in different countries. While he does invest in the US, he has a lot of investments outside the US. For example, in Turkey and in India. And something else that I just really like about his investment style is, at least the way he explains it, he makes everything seem so simple, and he's really into sharing how he invests and teaching others. So if you find his YouTube videos, they are hugely valuable. So yeah, I just wanted to share a little bit of information that I learned today and listened to today. And let's all build our own investment philosophies and learn, earn, and invest together. All right. Thanks, guys.